Yep, we can talk about traction, about EOS. Uh, I'm going to save the long part. Anybody that's read EOS or traction understands what it is, and that's what we're going to talk about. Um, it's something that's very important to what we do. It goes into all of our coaching, whether they go full blown EOS and put that into their company or not. It defines all of the tenets of what we do, accountability. What I find very interesting, and I've created a path of teaching it. What I find very interesting is when someone reads the book Traction, Get a Grip, or any of the series of books around EOS, if you're a business person, especially the more you need it, you fall in love with the idea of having the system in your company. And that infatuation or lust makes you urgently want to apply it to your business immediately and go all in, because that's what we do as entrepreneurs. We it's all or nothing. This is one of those things where it really does behoove you to take your time and do it the right way, because it can go awfully wrong, or it can frustrate you and it just ends up another thing that you put on the shelf. But when applied the right way, when it was let it be one of those five things that you actually invest in and take the time. Um, there's a path, and there's a EOS suggested path. I've modified it a little bit for our industry because the restoration emergency services is a little different, and they tell you it doesn't matter what industry. But I've kind of know the behaviors and issues around our industry, and I've kind of tried to help develop something that I think makes it easier. But people all want to start with the goals. Here's the goal. Here's the vision. The 10-year, the 5-year, the 3-year. The what all the little pieces about, because they want to start going. We're results driven, but it really, the very first part is accountability and building the accountability chart. Now, what an accountability chart is, it's think like an org chart. It can act almost the same way, but it's the positions in the company. You don't put names on it. You do not build accountability in of a position around a person that might even be currently filling that position. Because what you'll do is you'll handicap that position, what they're accountable for, based on that person's particular skills. Meaning, if this person isn't strong at one thing, you're going to be inclined to not make that there. But if the position, regardless of who goes there, no names, the position, then you hold the person accountable to learn to get there and to become better at that and develop the skills. So you have the accountability, just so that it's just, you have to have that before the rest of it, because we're in the people business. I don't care if you make a widget. Very few businesses that are around don't involve people. If you're all robotic and all AI and everything's developed there, then you probably don't need EOS. But if you're trying to get humans to understand, to cognitive understand and be clear on where we're going and what their role is in getting there, people are results driven, and they will do that. But they have to know what they need to do. You can't send people off just hoping that they're productive. So the accountability is the first part, and then there's some other all around accountability. There's some right people, right seats with the people analyzer and stuff like that. But we do that first, and we make sure it's good. We tweak it. We get buy-in from everyone. It's not a dictatorship, but it's not a democracy. Someone's going to say, I don't want to be accountable for that. I will tell you, when you're building out your accountability system, you don't want to develop the positions based on the tasks that you want them to do. You need to think in the terms of outcomes. If someone's job is to schedule appointments appropriately, then you need to know who, if an appointment was missed and wasn't scheduled, who was responsible for that, so that you can go back to that person and hold them accountable. Maybe they delegated that. They're still accountable for it. They're still responsible to make sure that the person they had delegated it to did it. But you have a person to go back to in that position. And then you can look at the systems and processes, and maybe something else broke down that caused that to happen. Maybe that person is actually taking on too much. You didn't have a plan for when there's an abundance of work for that person, and it just fell through the cracks. It's a great system to always be developing and perfecting your systems. But without that, if everyone's responsible for scheduling appointments, then you don't have anybody to hold accountable. You carry it yourself as the owner or the leader, and then you're frustrated, and there you are. And that's where you are now. This system, this honestly, I'll tell one more thing that really shocks people here. And I know you didn't ask me this, but one thing that really shocks people is accountability has a way to have a lot of people step up, and unfortunately, some people step out. I can't tell you how many times that we've done EOS, gotten to the accountability part in the beginning, and not everyone makes it. And that's hard when you might already be shorthanded. But you think about, you'd rather have the right people than just any people. So we see a lot of people go for that.